So just an overview again of the workshop today. We're going to be uh, talking about the secrets, job search secrets. So secret number one, the power of personal branding, building a strong personal brand on LinkedIn to attract recruiters. A lot of people wait, they go out and apply and don't get any results. We're changing the game. It's time to start attracting those job offers, to start attracting those interviews. And that's what I did. I was able to attract the interviews, and I'm going to share how I did that, how I had recruiters in my inbox asking me, hey, you'd be a good fit for this job. Can we make some time this week to chat? So secret number one. Number two, and can everyone hear me? Can I get a thumb? Can I get a thumb, some kind of emoji symbol? All right, all right. Everything. Just always like to make sure that we're live out here. We're not bots. All right. Secret number two: targeting the right companies. How do you find the right companies, and what makes a company a good fit for you? Having something that aligns with your goals. And the third and final secret I'm going to share tonight is mastering the cold outreach. How to network and really connect with hiring managers and key influencers. These are people who can get you hired, people who are going to become your champions, right? How do you connect with people? What are the ways you can really stand out and attract attention? And so people actually respond to your messages, because we're flooded with messages all day, right? There's all tons of distractions on our phones. We got notifications, we got text messages, we got group messages, we got DMs, we got multiple social media apps. How do you stand out and get the ear of the person you're looking to connect with? All right, that's one of the things we're going to share as well tonight. All right, we're gonna jump right into it. Oh, we got a question right here. Hold on one second. How did that mentor help you? Exactly what we're doing here. He shared some of these secrets that I'm giving you guys. So, yeah, this is what we do. Each one teach one is, once you become knowledgeable and you gain some success, why not share it with others? So, number one, the power of personal branding, right? Your LinkedIn is your personal brand. Nowadays, a resume really doesn't matter. LinkedIn is your resume. Again, I'm going to say that. Nowadays, LinkedIn is your resume. That was the first thing my mentor taught me, because I was asking him, hey, how do I optimize my resume? And he said, you know what you do with your resume? He balled up a piece of paper and he threw it. He's like, that's what it, he's like, LinkedIn is your resume. And it came to fruition, because once I optimized my LinkedIn, I started getting recruiters and interview offers, recruiters in my DMs. So first step is to optimize your profile, right? Create that compelling headline and summary, highlight your transferable skills and SDR aspirations. Me personally, I don't recommend having aspiring SDR in your headline. I would just claim what you wanted, right? Claim SDR. And that's what I did. I put SDR in my headline, right? It's because the words that you speak, they become, uh, they come to fruition. So if you say aspiring, to me, that seems like you're always going to be aspiring to be an SDR. So go ahead and claim that right away. Let people know you're an SDR. You're serious about it. You have to do the job to get the job. Highlight those transferable skills. Okay. So we got people who are in different industries, right? Technical support advisor, freelancer. You're a freelancer. You got so many skills, right? You got negotiation skills. Boom. That's a big one for tech sales, right? Communication skills, right? You got to communicate your offer. What do you do, right? Even being, a truck driver. right? What are some things a truck driver skills of a truck driver? You got to get creative, you know. As a truck driver, you got to be able to have, awareness. Um you have to have, go ahead and throw in the chat. If I want to see if I'm gonna play a little quick game here, but what are some transferable skills that a truck driver might have to have, um, that transfer over to tech sales? See if anybody is awake here. Time management, communication. Nice. Let's see who has the best answer here. Okay, we got discipline, attention to detail, great customer service. Make sure you're choosing the right prospects. Discipline, we said that. Ability to negotiate, punctuality, delivering results. I love that one. Delivering results, right? Meeting deadlines. Oh, wow. These are perfect. These are amazing. And if you have trouble with that, right? What's another way we could find out what some transferable skills are? I'll give you a hint. It's a tool. ChatGPT. Yes, thank you. Thank you. That's one of my favorite ways, right? So literally, ChatGPT just told me, I said, what are transferable skills of a truck driver to tech sales SDR role? Here are some. Time management. You guys said that, right? Truck drivers manage their schedules efficiently to meet delivery deadlines, um, handle long hauls, manage breaks, adhering to strict regulations, right? In the SDR role, you got to manage your own schedule as well, for outreach, for prospecting, for maintaining a consistent pipeline, problem solving, right? Truck drivers, you encounter unexpected issues such as route changes, vehicle breakdowns, traffic delays, staying on schedule, right? SDR, same thing. You get objections, you get unexpected issues, communication gaps, prospecting hurdles, right? You got to be resourceful and be able to think on your feet. So these are things that you can, right? You can communicate. First, you got to identify what those skills are, and then you're gonna add those to your LinkedIn, under your work experiences under truck driver, right? You're gonna make sure everything that you've done in your current or previous role, right, relates to the tech sales industry, or specifically the SDR role, right? I would say another thing for a truck driver, just to throw a couple more that were given through ChatGPT: attention to detail, self motivation and discipline, communication skills. So right off the bat, you guys are on point. Shout out to you guys. You guys are on point with the answers tonight. But yeah, you could do that for any role, right? If you're a teacher, if you're a freelancer, right? You could do that for every role, right? What are the transferable skills? Ask ChatGPT, highlight transferable skills of my current role as a bartender to the SDR role, right? And right away you're going to get a ton of things, and you're going to optimize your resume like that. All right. So um next thing is building your online presence, posting industry related content, sharing your journey. Simple enough, right? Just talk about what you're doing, what your wins are. Engage with key players in the tech sales space. That was big for me. Is I started following tech sales professionals, and my feed on LinkedIn was filled with their content, so I was constantly immersed in it. So that's a big thing for you as well. And make sure you're liking their content, you're sharing it, you're making engaging comments, because then you're going to become visible, and you don't even know how many times I made a comment and then all of a sudden I get a recruiter that looked at my profile, right? So a lot of recruiters are following the same people that I'm just, we just talked about. So make sure that you're following, tech sales professionals that are, creating content in that space, because that's how you're going to gain visibility. Other hiring managers, they're following that content, right? SDR managers, they're following sales directors. So they're going to see, oh, who is this person? That's a great comment they put. Let me check out their profile. And then they go to your profile and they see all the transferable skills, right? Boom. Now you make a connection. All right. Networking strategically. Connect with SDR managers, recruiters, sales managers, right? So we just like I just said, as long as you're in the space, you're networking, you're engaging, start connecting with people, right? Start good conversations. Use AI to optimize your profile. Get to 500 connections. Simple enough. With Course Careers, you have so many students. Make sure you go on LinkedIn, in the search bar, type in Course Careers, and then start connecting with all those alumni. Boom. That's a quick, easy way to get to 500 connections. Again, just want to share, this, which is sharing your journey. This is one of my first posts after I broke into tech. This is before Cisco. I was working for a company that sold software to help nonprofits do fundraising. That was my first tech sales role. And, I'm sharing my journey. Hey, just completed my first week in tech. And then you tell people what you're doing, right? Share your journey, and then also celebrate your mentors, your coaches, everybody who helped. Tag, you see I'm tagging my mentors, I'm tagging coaches and people that helped me along my journey, other creators, things like that, right? These are things that are going to get you visibility, right? It's very simple to I know it can be, a little bit daunting to start posting on LinkedIn if you've never done it, which was me. I never posted on LinkedIn until I wanted to get into tech. I never even had a LinkedIn account, never really used it, right? When I started Course Careers, I had like less than 20 connections. So again, it all starts with taking that one step. Just if you guys take away one thing out of today's workshop, it's optimize your LinkedIn, become visible, and start engaging with the people who are in the place that you want to go. It's that simple, right? That's going to start helping you to build relationships and start, having recruiters checking out your profile, trying to figure out who you are, hiring managers, that sort of thing. Secret number 2. Okay. How we doing so far? Can I get an emoji? Y'all still with me? All right. All right. Secret number 2 is focus on the right companies. Look for high growth SaaS companies, B2B, right? Those are terms you can use when you're targeting companies. Prioritize companies that are actively hiring SDRs. And lastly, third thing is leverage your previous experience. If you guys saw the recent video I did with Trent, I dropped the gems on them, right? If you're in ed tech, if you're a teacher, look at ed tech, right? If you're a bartender, a server, look at restaurant technology companies, right? If you're an Uber driver, hey, Uber hires tech salespeople. I know one. I have a friend who's who's works for Uber headquarters, right? And he used to drive Uber. That's the funny thing as well, right? And Uber is a solid tech sales company. You know the ins and outs, right? So look for those types of companies, logistics, right? You have to, or truck driver. Oh, if you the truck driver, there's so many really good logistic companies that you could, you know, start looking at applying. So leverage that background. You have experience. We say you don't have experience. When people say, oh, you don't have experience, that really means nothing, because everybody has some type of experience. You just have to really dig deep, write it down, think about it, get creative, and hone in on that. So that is one of the biggest tips, is to leverage your experience, to focus on what you have done, what you're doing, and start there. Right? If you don't want to work in an industry that is aligned with your previous experience, that's fine too. Just know that it may take you a little bit longer, and that's the other thing. Some people have a really tight deadline of when they need to break into tech, right? Some people got to get in there within the next 30, 60 days, right? There's others who have 2, 3 months. And then there's others who are like, I'll wait for the perfect company. That's my dream role. And it might take you 3, 4 months, it might take you 6 months. It could take you a year. If you got a strategy, if you got a plan, a playbook like this, though, then you're going to be able to get there faster, right? You got to have the strategies and you got to apply them. So, what's one way that we research companies? My favorite tool is RepView, repview.com. Has anyone here used RepView? Looked at it? Okay. Yep. Now, for RepView, the only thing that it does require that you make that you review a tech sales company. If you have trouble signing up for RepView, let me know. I have a link to help you guys get in, even without sales experience. But yeah, that's the one thing. But RepView is the best tool. They're gonna be the most transparent in terms of salaries, in terms of culture. Yeah, but it's spelled VUE, RepView. It's called repvue.com. Yeah, so that's my favorite tool. Obviously, you got LinkedIn, Glassdoor, company websites. But hey, the biggest thing I tell people is look at companies that align with your goals and values. Have you taken to write down what your goals and values are? And when I'm talking about your goals and values, right? Like, what do you want? You want work-life balance? You want to be at a company that prioritizes career growth, that has good leadership, that has good personal development, right? Those are things you want to write down. Flexibility, right? You can work from home, you can work remotely. Some companies want you in the office, right? A lot of companies are telling people to come back to the office these days. So you want to be aware of that. You want to make sure you talk to people at these companies to find out what's going on too, right? Um, James says I could use that link to bypass reviewing the company. James, shoot me a message on LinkedIn, okay? And I'll get you that link, just so I remember. Connect with me on LinkedIn if we haven't already connected. I'm just going back in the chat. Cosmetology, clothing. Boom. Okay. Leveraging referrals, right? Next thing is reach out to existing connections that you already have, right? You guys got connections and that are at certain companies that you want to get into, reach out to them, set up a coffee chat, right? Just talk to them what it's like. And that's going to you know, help you to get your foot in the door, and to help you to start to gain these referrals, right? And what's a coffee chat? How do you set that up, right? We're going to talk about that next. But yeah, the goal for this one is to create a list of 5 to 10 target companies and start connecting with these employees today, right? Start connecting with the SDRs there, account executives, recruiters, right? That's one actionable. Like I said, I'm giving you guys actionable steps. This is exactly the playbook that I give to my mentees. I get to people in my accelerator, and it works. It works time and again, right? But you have to do it. You have to do. I can't force you to sit there and I can't pick the companies out for you. You have to pick the companies, right? But once you start to put that pen to the paper and take action, things start happening, right? Magic starts to happen. All right, secret number 3. I told you guys we're getting straight to it. Is mastering cold outreach. Personalize your outreach, right? Cold outreach can be scary at first. If you've never made a cold call, if you've never sent a cold email, right? If you've never sent a cold DM, right? It can be scary, but I can tell you one thing. After doing at least 10,000 cold calls in my career thus far, over 10,000 cold calls, it's not that big of a deal. And people are going to forget. You might get an objection. You might catch somebody in a bad mood. It doesn't matter. Don't take it personal. But for the most part, you know, me making cold calls and getting out of my comfort zone has led to so many different opportunities, has helped me to make a lot more money than if I would have just been sitting there and hesitating and thinking about what could go wrong. So here's what you guys want to do. You want to get creative. You want to use LinkedIn voice notes to get the intention of your key influencers. I need some water here. Hold on one second. Okay. So voice notes. Have you guys used voice notes before? Did you even know that that was a thing? Type it in the chat. Yes or no? Yes. No. Okay. So we got yeses and nos. Yes. So voice notes is a feature you can do from your phone. I believe it's still only from the phone. I don't know if they added it to the desktop yet. If anybody knows, let me know. But on your phone, when you're DMing somebody, there's an option to record a voice note. So instead of you sending them a text, right, you can record a voice note and send that. Now, I can tell you from experience, every time I send a voice note, they listen to it and I get a response. I can also say when I just type out and send a DM, I don't always get a response. It's like 50-50 sometimes, right? When I'm doing cold outreach. So you got to get creative. Again, you got to get out of your comfort zone because most people are sending regular messages. Send a voice note. If you really want to get creative, send them a message, right? Now, this is something you want to do for, you know, maybe a hiring manager or somebody at the top companies that you guys are applying to. Don't do it for everyone, right? Don't send a video message to an SDR, anything like that. Make sure you're sending it to like somebody higher up that could get you actually get you a job or get you an interview. Hold on, we got somebody coming in. What's up, Mr. Richard Taylor? Welcome. Yeah, so voice notes stand out. They're gonna get attention of the key influencers. Like I said, every time I sent one, it's been opened. Mention why you're interested in the role, right? Don't just, you know, don't just start rambling in the message, but be clear and concise, get straight to the point, you know, and you want to highlight your experience and how you add value, right? Hey, John, I saw that you guys are hiring for the SDR position at HubSpot. Based off of my past experience in logistics, I believe my time management and communication skills will make me a top candidate for the role. Do you have 15 minutes this week to chat to see if it'd be a good mutual fit? Boom, send, right? Keep your message brief and to the point. You send that message over. They're going to listen to it. They're going to say yes or no, or they're going to just start asking you questions right there. Like, hey, okay, yeah, what's your background like? Or, when's a good day to meet? Or they might send you a link to their Calendly and then you said, then you're there, you're in the game. right? So again, it's very simple, but to some people it can be a little scary. I understand that, but you guys got to just do it, right? These are the plays. I'm giving you guys the secret sauce. These are actionable tips. And hey, if they don't follow up, big deal. Move on to the next one. Right? If they don't respond, or send a follow up. And this is where I usually get even more a higher response rate is in the follow up. Right? If they don't respond to the first one, if I am persistent, be professionally persistent. Remember those. Remember that phrase, guys. Professionally persistent. In this game, you don't want to be bothering people, but you got to be a little persistent. You got to be professional about it, right? So send a follow-up message. If you don't hear it, give them a week. Don't, some people send me a message, in the morning. If I don't reply, by lunchtime, they're already sending me another message. I'm like, hey, I was in a meeting, then I had this and that, it's like, you guys got to give people time, right? If they don't, give them a few days at least, if you don't want to wait a week, right? If you're really urgent to get the job, and give them at least a few days, right? But yeah, show continued interest and be polite when you ask for an update, okay? But I tell you what, most people are going to, if they're a hiring manager in sales, they're going to love your follow-up, right? If you follow up, they're going to love that, because that's what the job of an SDR is, right? Like we said, you got to do the job to get the job. So you have to be sending follow-ups. You have to be professionally persistent, right? Um, Action item: create a voice note script, customize it for each company on your list, right? If you got 5 companies, create a voice note script, customize it for each company. And I told you guys to start adding those people. Once they connect with you, start sending them those messages. And I guarantee you guys are going to start getting some action. And that's really it. It's simple as that, guys. I know this was straight to the point, but did you guys get some value thus far in the workshop? Can I get an emoji if you guys got some actionable items? All right, who's taking action? Who's taking action tonight or tomorrow morning? There we go. Let's go. We got action seekers here. Um, Keep in mind, guys, I am a course careers coach, and this is something that we'll be having another workshop, but I want you guys to take action right now. You can watch a million of these workshops, and if you don't take action, you know, you're not going to get to your goals, right? Make some changes on your profile right now. Yes, let's go. Let's go tonight while watching the game. Yes, I know we got Thursday night football, right? I'm competing with Thursday night football. I got my accelerator group after this. But yeah, you guys are here. You could be doing a lot of other things. So shout out to you guys. I just want to say your network is your net worth. Remember that. These are actual referrals that I've gotten just by reaching out through LinkedIn messages, you know, DMs, somewhere voice notes, right? These are actual referrals I got for an opportunity at Gong. And I forget the name of this company. I forget what company this was, but they were pretty big tech companies. And I did this when I first started in course careers. When I first got out of there, I was reaching out to people, dropping voice notes, things like that. So, and again, I want to show you guys some receipts. These are all the opportunities that came to me, right? Before I started applying, before even applying for these jobs, people send me offers to get interviews, right? So again, your LinkedIn is your resume, right? You can try to spray and pray, which is apply, 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 and hitting easy apply. And you're gonna be like a lot of course careers graduates who, maybe see that frustration because they don't get any replies. They get they get a lot of rejection. So I pray that you guys, you know, start taking action, and you might have to work with a mentor. You might have to, find an accountability partner, right? To make sure you guys are doing these things and taking action. And let's talk about it, right? The problem is most boot camp graduates, they spend 3 to 6 months, right, in an ineffective, inefficient job hunt before finally landing the role. And that's based off of actual stats, right? On average, after people graduate the boot camp, it takes them 3 to 6 months. Now, I know people who have found jobs in 3 to 6 weeks, right? And that's typically the average when you're working with, you know, a coach or you have a strategy, right? Because the other option is they get totally frustrated. You don't get any jobs that even after 3 to 6 months, and then you say F it and give up. Those are two of the biggest problems with boot camps. And everyone here, I see you guys are already taking the first steps. I don't want you guys to go down that path. One of the things that I also offer is the 5-week job search accelerator. This is something new I started with Course Careers. We partnered together. So I'm doing my second cohort starting October 3rd, Thursday, October 3rd. It's going to be at 7 Central or 8 Eastern, but it's for 5 weeks. And I originally was doing 5 students. I'm doing 6 students. So still small group. It's a 60-minute weekly video call. We focus on LinkedIn optimization, networking strategies, interview preparation, and negotiation skills, right? You get real personalized feedback in real time. We have a Discord group. People DM me on message like, hey, can you look at my LinkedIn, some of my people in my group, and we update it on the spot. So get real-time support from the Tech Ninja, and you have an accountability group over 5 weeks. So if you guys really want to accelerate your job search and avoid the 2 problems we just talked about, I'm going to be sharing the link here in the chat, but check it out. Just for joining the workshop tonight, it's normally $300 for the accelerator. Everybody here, you guys are going to get an early bird opportunity to sign up for 50% off. This is only available for 6 students, and pay no attention, this is cohort 2. So I just announced this, so you guys are going to have the first opportunity to sign up. I will share the link here in just a second. Let me go ahead and drop the link for you guys in the chat. And don't worry, I'll also probably send you an email if you don't get a chance to grab it off the link. But check it out. Besides what I just talked about, here's what I'm also doing with my accelerator students. And this alone to me is worth more than the cost of the accelerator course itself. But you get a copy of the Pivot Playbook. So it's a step-by-step ebook that I put together that I use personally and have helped others break into tech and to land solid offers. You get a copy of that. You get a resume revamp session, LinkedIn optimization checklist, not only a checklist, but it is a guide with AI prompts. So a way I give you the actual prompts that you need to optimize your LinkedIn. So instead of you guys spending hours trying to touch everything up, you let AI do it for you, right? And then after AI, make sure you go in and then you touch it up, right? AI can give you a good start on these things if you have the right prompts. Personally, I've been using this myself and, been adding transferable skills like I just told you guys earlier. You get a copy of my coffee chat templates, right? Ways to reach out and questions to ask, so you just don't show up for that coffee chat and not knowing what to say and waste people's time. You get voice note scripts. We just talked about those voice notes. I gave you guys one already. If you were listening, hopefully you're able to write that down. I know I was talking fast. You get a mock interview session. And then lastly, this is the money. This is the bread and butter. It's the 30, 60, 90 template that I use to land my 6-figure offer and a 1K sign-in bonus. So I've used this 30, 60, 90 plan now in multiple interviews, and it's landed me a signing bonus at the one company where the recruiter was like, how did the VP agree to a signing bonus? He's never done that before. And she's like, he must have really liked you. I was like, yeah, he liked my 30, 60, 90-day plan. He said I was the only one who's ever, shown up with a plan that was that thorough and, was really applicable to that role. So if you've never done a 30, 60, 90-day plan for the SDR role or for tech sales, definitely take advantage of this and grab that template. And also, like I said, it's helped me to land my current role where I had to do a 6-round interview. And they say landing at Cisco is harder than getting into Harvard. It's crazy. I heard that after I got the role. So yeah, so I'm throwing all these bonuses in as well, just to make sure that you guys know it is a valuable thing. And I really want you guys to break into tech. So like I said, I'm gonna share that link. Did I share that link? Yeah, the link is in the chat, but I will email you guys as well. But yeah, thank you guys for joining tonight. Any last questions? I do got a couple minutes, but I only have a few minutes here. I usually go a full hour, but today I have my accelerator course. We're in our final week right after this. So, but yeah, I do have some time for a few questions if you guys got anything. James says, congrats on your new role and great convo with Trent as well. I appreciate that, James. Thank you, man. And I know you're gonna be there as well. You'll be there as well soon. Chantel, shout out to Chantel. Chantel's been rocking with me since the very beginning.
Since day one, I just wanted to tell you I'm so proud of you, and I love watching your progression and your success.
I appreciate you, Chantel. Same here. Respect is mutual. Thank you for your time and knowledge. Indeed, we all will. Yes, everybody here. And like I said, there those 3 things that I shared with you guys today. If you did that alone, you're gonna start seeing traction. And then book a coaching session and invest in yourself. The investment is worth it. It's going to pay dividends. Like I said, not only does it help you to land interviews, but you guys are going to be able to negotiate and really get what you're worth, right? It's not just about getting the job, but it's making sure you get a good offer too, and getting the right job, the right fit, and all